Hello everyone, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, and while a lot of you may know me from another game that I make content for called Doomsday Last Survivor, this is a new game that I've been trying out. It just launched 2 days ago and it is called Era of Conquest. It just finished up a 1-year-long beta, and while I didn't get access to the beta like I would have liked, I did start the game immediately after launch, and after playing it for 2 days, I want to let you all know what I think, and if you would like to try the game out for yourself, feel free to hop into the servers that they're creating. First things first, this is not a Rise of Kingdoms clone. There are a lot of similarities, such as the open field combat being fairly similar, being able to move your marches around the map without having to move them all the way back home, that sort of thing. But that's honestly where the similarities stop. There is resource production in the traditional sense. However, there's no gathering of resources out in the field. You have these large resource points there where you can attack the garrison and take their resources and ship them home with a little bit bonus if you can get the supply wagon all the way home. On top of that, there are the standard enemies on the open field that you can defeat for stamina, and stamina isn't limited to your account. Normally there's a little bar under here stating how much stamina you have for all of your heroes, but no. Your heroes have their own stamina that replenishes pretty quickly, honestly. So if you run out of stamina in these heroes, you can switch them out and level up other ones using their own personal stamina. On that note, this is the first one I've seen where there's 3 heroes per march. And with how varied the skills can be, if you know who I am, and you know what I like to do in my videos, this is an absolute treasure trove for me. Your heroes come with a singular skill, and I'll show you one of the ones I haven't leveled up to give you an idea. Here we have Herald, a 6-star commander with a single skill called Ride of the Valkyries. Launches 3 physical attacks on a single enemy unit and just does quite a bit. Once you level him up and upgrade his first 2 skills, it unlocks a 3rd skill. And these skills, they are varied. There are a total of 104 different skills that can be leveled up and advanced that vary in capabilities from I just deal damage to you. We've got deals tactical damage and inflicts burn, recovers forces on condition. Gains batter effect, which reduces the amount of damage you do overall, but deals an additional normal attack on your turn. You've got so many different options here, and I can cover all of those in a separate video. There's just 104 different skills that you can place on each of your heroes. You can have a maximum of 5 marches, each with 3 different heroes tied to that march. And that's a total of 15 different heroes that you have to use. And the combinations are just endless. So I'm going to have a lot of fun going over these. The other thing, there's not an alliance in the traditional sense either. You don't get to create your alliance from scratch in this game. You are generated into a region and you populate an entire city-state of that region. Here I started out in Lionfang East, in northeastern Lionfang. On this map, here's Leonia Hill, and it's a fairly decent-sized map here. There's a central area that we're all trying to work to, and we're going to end up running into different people as we move further and further in. But so as you can see, Leonia Hill is going to be against Wolfsbane Plains here in the Crescent Desert, and we'll be against the winners of Falcon Meadows and Stag Forest here in Laurel Valley. There's just so much on the map that you can deal with. But with the alliance side of things, there are currently, I believe, 1,000 members of this one alliance. can't remember how I looked at that. But Lion Fang East had close to 1,000 members, and each of the other different ones had about 1,000 as well. There's about 4 large alliances in this one region right here, and I assume that's the same for each one of these areas, having just large amounts of people centralized into a couple of places. Now, if you're wondering about these grids, the grids are controlled by strong points on the map that your alliance has to capture and hold for a certain amount of time to gain the entire hexagon. The numbers in the hexagon represent the power level of the rebels in the area, as well as the level of the resources capable of harvesting there. So 14 is better than 8, better than 5. The bonus to having these hexagons means you can essentially fast travel between these points pretty quickly. I think the amount of time to get between points is like 10 seconds. So if you completely control this section, you can fast travel all the way to here in about a minute. It's pretty quick. But with that being said, I'm not going to delve too much into the specifics of this game. If you're interested in playing, feel free to ask me questions about it to get more information. I'm going to be playing this game for the near future, and no, this will not detract from me playing Doomsday in the slightest. I'm going to be able to play both, as I don't have to devote as much time to Doomsday in order to complete events and stuff like that anymore. So, if you're curious about the game, ask questions. I'll be more than happy to answer. If you're already playing the game and you have a specific question for me that you want a technical analysis on, please feel free to ask. This is what I enjoy doing. So to everyone who's joining my page thanks to this video, thank you for joining me, and please feel free to ask questions. I want you to be able to enjoy this game and any games I do videos on without having to spend too much money, if at all. So with that being said, this is Mr. Brain, your friendly neighborhood gaming dad, signing off.